Okay, start.
Chupacabra build diary number 2. We have cut our first batch of parts out of our first sheet of aluminum. There was about 22 different tool programs that went into these parts. The main part is the floorboard. Part of the floorboard folds up to make the side of the transmission tunnel, but that's the start of the car. Everything goes out from that. That's our first piece, the left and right floorboards, and the other pieces were what I could fit onto this sheet. So here's the first floorboard. These pieces are all, this is a rear shock tower. Actually, I think what we can do here is, let me see, yeah, let's take that out. We'll take that out. And a little strip up here. There we go. That's the total waste from a 4x8 sheet of aluminum. This is what's going to go in the recycle bin. Just this much. Let's just throw that on the floor for now. And here's the pieces we have left. This is the floorboard. Get up on that stool so you can see it.
Okay.
This is the floorboard. This is the side bulkhead. A lot of these pieces are going to fold up. See this V groove running right down here? This is the floorboard. This folds up and makes part of the rocker assembly. I'm going to use my Thakrolate glue, which is structural adhesive. Plyo Grip from Ashland is a very well-known common brand of it. This comes from Composites One, which is a huge fiberglass supply company. This is the gun it goes in with. The tip mixes. It's a 2-part deal. We'll put a bead of that down, fold that up. And there's several things that do that. This is the rest of the rocker panel assembly. It's going to join to that like that. These pieces fold around as well. That's going to be the side rocker assembly. Similar deal here. We're going to fold it on this V here. This is a front bumper extension, comes off the main frame rails and holds the front bumper up. That folds over. There's a lot of tab A and slot B stuff on this thing. I don't remember, this is an air conditioner condenser. Goes in something like that. One of these slots, one of these ways. I don't remember exactly which one, but you get the idea of how all of this thing is, the entire chassis fits together like that. Some of the construction techniques and pieces that we'll be using. Again, this is a rear shock tower. Walk around here and get this right quick. What's going to happen here? A frame rail goes in right there like that. The upper frame rail goes in like so. Some of this is welded, some of it's glued, but it's all tab A into slot B, and we're using the precision of the machine to be able to do that for us. This is the upper A-arm mount. These are reinforcing pieces that go front and back on it. I've used the machine to locate some rivet holes here. Rivet that together like that, then it's dead nut so that we can weld it up from there. Same rivet holds the back piece on, like so. This floorboard, let me clear some of this stuff out. This floorboard, this notch right here is the notch for the front frame rail. It's going to go in there like that. The front bulkhead is even with that. Same way back there in the rear. This notch right here is for the rear frame rail. These pieces here fold up against the side here, reinforce that, but that's where the main frame rail catches and continues. The rear bulkhead comes up right here. Just to get an idea, again, all these tabs and slots. This side of the transmission tunnel is the gas tank. It's sealed, it's structural, but that transmission side is the side of the gas tank. There is nothing else inside there, no bladder, nothing like that. This thing goes together. This is upside down, or on the opposite side, but you can get an idea here. There's a utility tunnel that runs the length of this gas tank. The bottom of the tank is actually 2 inches up. That utility tunnel is for the 2 radiator hoses. It's a front mount radiator with a rear engine, the 2 heater hoses, and the 2 air conditioning lines. This is a baffle for the tank. That's going to go like so, and the floor of the gas tank goes in there. You can see this slot right here, this slot right here, this slot right here. That indexes the bottom of the gas tank. When we put all this together, and we will go over this as we get into it, but I just wanted to kind of give an idea of construction items and technique. A great deal of this stuff is put together with riv nuts. Works very similar to a rivet, but it's threaded inside. Goes on very similar to a rivet gun. That screws on, squeeze that, it flares that out, and now you have a threaded insert. Great number of pieces use that rivet like that right there. We have 2 different sizes, a number 8 and a 3/8. That's all the bolts on the whole car. Economy of motion, economy of parts. Here's the large 3/8 riv nut. That's the way the motor mount's going to mount to it. Screws directly to the chassis. Another type of fastener that we're going to use is Hayco push rivet. It's a little plastic deal. You push the head in, the bottom flares out. You can do it by hand or quick and easy. Look a whole lot nicer than a rivet, especially on like an exposed interior piece. These, when they are referred to in the automotive industry, are referred to as Struss fasteners. That's S-T-R-U-S-S. That is for Strickland and Zeus. Many, many years ago, I introduced these to the automotive industry, and in drag racing it came to be known as a Struss fastener. NHRA frowned on me a little bit for putting top fuel rack and pinions together with them, but they hold windshields and that kind of thing in very nicely. There's some particular sizes for them, it just presses in and flares out. We'll get into these more later. Again, just general idea of construction technique. These are from a company called Hayco. They have every hard to find fastener in the world, Hayco.com. Another thing that Hayco has is a push plug. It snaps into a hole, and there is you puncture that with a wire. It's for going through a firewall, something like that, to give a waterproof seal. These are going to be used to seal the index holes on the chassis bottom. These index holes right here, these come in different sizes for different holes, but again, economy of parts, every single one of these on the car is a 3/4 hole diameter. My jig table uses 1/2-inch holes, so I wanted to go ahead and cut the 3/4 hole over there. We have a bunch of these bushings. A&A Manufacturing, this is a typical suspension bushing. It's a 1/2-inch ID, 3/4 OD. That's very common on everything I build. These are in numerous different lengths, but when we put this onto the chassis and bolt it down, we'll just put a bushing in there, bring that to the 1/2-inch bolt, bolt that down to the table, and it is absolutely aligned in every which plane to begin building the car outward from that. A&A Manufacturing, very cool people, will take good care of you. They manufacture everything from those bushings, typical roll bar gussets with or without a hole, all kinds of neat little hard to find things. That's a shock mount right there. That's a $2 or $3 item. You can't begin to fabricate that for that price or get the precision for that price. Threaded inserts, they have a 30 or 40 page catalog that anytime you need to build a bracket on a car, look in the catalog, see what can be bought for a couple of dollars and design around that. I do it all the time. I think that's about what we wanted to cover tonight. Tomorrow we will run another 22 I think it was programs for the right side. Use up another sheet of aluminum. This is 52 T36 aluminum. We'll go more into that tomorrow as well. I think that's right. I'll clarify that in the next one, and there's reasons for selecting that alloy aluminum. But one last thing, you can see that what I've also done, the cutout holes for this, I use those to get some more reinforcing brackets there, and I used up that aluminum as well. I think that's it for now. We'll cut another side and start folding this thing up, get it over on the jig table, and we'll have a car start to take shape. Thank you.